Hello and welcome to episode 236. We are going to be comparing two sets of data we have in storage. Today probably be a little bit of a quick one, so let's crack on. I need an objective. So let's do some setup. Setup. And we will have scoreboard, objectives, add, and this is going to store a 0 or a 1 depending on the success of a command. So I'm going to call it boolean. Dummy. There we go. Let's add that. Doink. Okay, we need to be able to set some data. So let's get to, we'll do one and then we'll just copy the command. That's probably the easiest way. So data, modify, storage, and we'll call it test data. And inside test data, we'll put compare.one, and we'll set that value to 10. That'll do. Done. Let's put a button on there, and we'll call this set data. Now, if I press that, doink, we should be able to do data get from storage, and it should. There's test data. And what's inside? We have compare, and inside compare we have 1, and that's value is 10. Okay, let's control middle mouse that. Always active chain, and we'll call this one 2. 2. And we'll set that to something else. Let's just put a 0 on the end, set it to 100. Done. And we'll press that button again, and now let's check our data. So inside compare, we have 1 with a score of 10 and 2 with a score of 100. Okay, let's do a little clear as well, so we can reset that data. Clear data. We will do data, remove from storage, test data. Now let's try that. Press the button. It's got a problem. Well, it wants to know what to remove from test data, so we're going to remove all of the compare stuff. So that'll take away 1 and it'll take away 2. If we press that now, modified storage, yeah, done. And if we check our data, nothing in there. Okay, let's put our data back in. There's our data. Let's do a little check. So this will be compare. Done. Pop a button on top. We are going to execute. Store the success as a score. And let's give it the fake player name. We'll call it compare. We'll set their boolean score. Run. Okay, the success of this command. Data, modify, storage, test data, compare.one, set from storage, test data, compare.two. Okay, so that is going to try and set 1 to the same as 2. If they are the same, that will fail. It'll just say, no, they're the same, I'm not going to copy, and fake player compare will have a boolean score of 0. If they are different, it will pass, and fake player compare will have a boolean score of 1. So we can just do something based on that score now. We can execute if score compare boolean matches 0. So the command has failed. Now it only fails if both the storage data were the same. So this would be run, say, match. Done. And control middle mouse. And we'll just change that to if compare score equals 1, then we'll say different. Done. So I'm expecting this, when I click this button, I'm expecting this to say different. because, well, one's 10 and one's 100. So, different. Perfect. So, we found out they're different. What happens if I press it again? And now it's a match. Because what we've done is they were different and we've copied it across. So now they're the same. So we're not preserving the initial data, which might not be that useful for you. You said, yes, they were different, but now they're the same. So we're going to have to do a little bit of an extra step in here to keep the data the same. Let's set our data again. So now we're back to having 10 and 100. We're going to need an extra block. So first thing we want to do is copy one of those data sets. So we'll call this one compare and keep. So let's data modify storage test data, and we'll have a compare.temp. So we're going to have a temporary place where we can just put a bit of data, and we'll set that from storage test data, and we'll just pick one. So let's pick compare.one. Done. Let's run that. Let's have a look at our data again. So now we have temp 10, 110, 2 100. Okay. And basically what we're going to do is copy all three of these. So let's clear the inventory, and we're going to control middle mouse 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put them down here. Now these last two we probably don't have to change at all, but this one will need to be always active chain. And this time instead of trying to put compare.two into compare.one, we'll try and put compare.two into compare.temp. Done. Let's try that. Different. There we go. We're preserving the original data this time. We'll see that temp now matches 2, but that doesn't matter. That's a temporary value, and as soon as we go here, we are copying 1 into temp, and then we're doing the check on that. Okay, let's make sure it's working by setting both of these to the same. Let's set them both to 100. Boink. Let's have a look inside there. Yeah, they're all 100, so this should now say match. Cool. There we go. Nice quick one. Just how you can use a scoreboard to get a boolean value to compare 2 bits of data that are in storage. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.